Live from Merstham at susyradio.com and 103.4 FM. This is Susy Radio, Sussex and Surrey.
Susy Radio.
Get ready for the Henry Mack Show.
Oh boy.
Isn't that awful?
And here she comes, queen of all the mums, envy of all her chums. And so, here he goes. He knows she'll say hello. So he stops to say, how are you today? On the ground tonight. Hey, Neil Sedaka, hide the Viagra, 'cause Frank Jr.'s bad enough, alright. There he goes, master of all he knows, a danger on the road, you know, he can't let go. Girl, he'll need to show just what he's made of. So the gloves are up and the chase is underway. Hey, Frank Sinatra, you know what he's after, and no female safe from him tonight. There's your bazooka, the sweet 16's in his sights, alright.
At long last, we got through to Duncan. Hello, Duncan.
Hiya.
Yeah, I can hear you loud and clear. I was getting a bit worried at one point.
Yeah, you couldn't have been ringing the wrong number, the right number. I rang you.
Oh, did you? Because when I rang you, the phone was engaged.
Yeah, it's because I was trying to ring you when I heard that you couldn't get through.
Well, we got through to each other now.
That's right.
A big hi to you, Duncan, and sort of like nice to talk to you again. And also, we met up a couple of weeks ago for the first time in 4 decades.
That's right, we did in Ramsgate.
Yeah, and I'll tell you one thing, mate. You still got it.
I know I have, yeah. Got it in buckets.
Where do you get your energy from?
Illegal drugs.
Right. Let's take it back a bit after the boys. And what did you do when the boys broke up the first time? Did you continue anything musically?
No, not really. I had a band called the Hollywood Killers for a short time, but I took 17 years off.
Okay.
And I went to work for people like Andrew Lloyd Webber, and I ran Nottingham Forest, the football club, for a while.
All right.
and then got back into music really by accident because people were asking the boys to reform.
Right.
And we were saying no, and then we got an offer to play Japan. So, that's good. So we took it, and played again with the boys for about 10 years.
Yeah.
And then decided, it's about time I gave it a go, writing my own songs and doing my thing. So that's what I did.
Oh, that's great. And you've put out 3 albums already.
Yeah.
And we've just played a track off the album, which is Hey Frank Sinatra, which is a great track off the album.
Oh, cheers.
But from the album Bombs Away. Your first album, was that with the band, or was it more of a solo thing?
It was more of a solo record. I played nearly everything bar the drums on it.
Right.
And it's something I wanted to do, but then I wanted to get a band back together, especially to play live, because I couldn't really go around like a one-man band with a bass drum strapped to my back.
Yeah.
So got a band, and then from then on it's been, the other 2 albums have been band albums, and we've just this week started the 4th one.
Oh, right, because I was just going to hit on that now, because I saw on Twitter you were having a little bit of problems with that GoFundMe company,
Pledge Music.
Yes, they were going through...
Yeah, it's a real shame. I mean, they've done a good job for a long time, but it looks like they got into money troubles, and we were pretty lucky, really, because we launched a pledge campaign, and within a day we had raised thousands of pounds, and then we heard that they weren't paying out to anybody, so we pulled it before anybody's credit card had been charged, and in fact we're doing it ourselves, and it's going great guns. We're doing it through our website, which is Duncan Reid and the BigHeads.com, and on there there's a page saying help us make another album. Right. So anybody wants to do that, please go along. And there's all sorts of goodies that you can decide to have. You can have my guitar. You can even buy our guitarist if you want to.
Well, you heard that. So give it a plug again, please.
It's Duncan Reid and the BigHeads.com.
Right. I'm going to play another quick track off the album. I'm going to play the title track, Bombs Away. We're going to give everybody a minute of that, and then we'll come back to you.
Righto.
Right, hold on. This is Duncan Reid from his, great guy. As you heard, we worked together 4 decades ago, and it was just great seeing him live again. And I've been playing this album for a little while here on the 103.4, so here's the title track. There you go, band album. This is from the album of the same name, Bombs Away, from Duncan Reid and the Big Heads. Now, Duncan, you've been on tour for a little bit now.
Yes, we just got back last weekend.
Right, where have you been?
We were in France, Belgium and Germany. We had some great shows, but it was blinking cold.
I can imagine.
And the trouble with touring in February is you tend to get the sniffles a bit, but still, it was great.
Oh, I've done the European tours in the beginning of the year, and it's no fun, especially Sweden and Scandinavia around this time of the year.
Yeah, but we ended up in Brussels, a place called the Café Excelsior in Jet. And if anybody is ever in that area and they're putting something on a Saturday night, go along. It is wild.
I can imagine.
I never thought that, you never imagine that Belgians are going to be a bunch of party-mad reprobates, but I can tell you they were wild.
I've toured there quite a few times with quite a few bands I've taken over that side of Belgium, all round, and you are right, they are real party animals.
Yeah.
So have you got any more dates coming up?
Yeah, we're busy recording right now, but at the end of March we're back to Germany, Berlin, Hamburg, and Cuxhaven, which is already sold out, which is great.
Okay.
And then end of April, it's Scotland Calling and Newark and Newcastle, and then a big date on May the 24th, which your listeners can probably get to, is the 100 Club.
Right.
Which would be a big night for us, and then a couple of festivals up north, one in Manchester called Strummer Camp and one in Morecambe called Nice and Sleazy.
Right, the Strummer Camp, is that through the Joe Strummer...
It's associated with Joe Strummer.
Right.
I think they might support the charity.
Okay.
But it's a 3-day festival in Oldham.
Right.
And we're playing on the Saturday night.
Right. Duncan, I'm going to shock the living daylights out of you because I'm going to take you back 4 decades ago because I remember working with you back then. I was fresh out of school.
Don't ask me to remember anything.
And I've always remembered you. When I saw you live on stage, you were full of energy. But back then, working at Free Range Studios, you were full of energy in the studio as well. You know, when you were recording, you were sort of like bouncing around, having a good time. And I found a track which somebody's donated to me with you on lead vocals with the boys.
Oh, really?
Right. This has never been released. I remembered it so much, and then somebody helped me out with it and found it. Keep your ears open, have a listen to this, and tell me if you remember this. Have you any memories of that?
Yeah, I remember. It must have come off an album we recorded at Rockfield in Wales that never came out.
Well, that's from the Free Range sessions when you came down to demo at Free Range.
Oh, right, okay.
Because you did No Flies at Rockfield, but this is the Free Range demo.
Well.
And you were on vocals on this one.
Yep.
Because this is Lies, and they released it afterwards as No Flies.
That's right.
Yeah.
So, it was sounding good.
It sounds brilliant, mate, because there's 2 songs I remember that time when you were demoing the album. Was this one, and the other one was Like Mummy.
Oh god, now that's got some weird lyrics.
Yeah. Sorry to drag you down memory lane on that.
No, that's all right.
But also when you were working there, I remember coming in one morning and you guys were awarded a silver disc for the alternative chartbuster. Do you know anything about that?
No. I didn't know it got a silver disc.
Because I remember walking into the studio, you guys had a party the night before, because I was on the early shift, walked in, there's a silver disc and a few cans lying around which I had to clean up.
That sounds like the boys, non-stop.
All right, so, yeah, after the tour and everything else, what's your next plan afterwards? Because when would we be expecting the album? When it's
well, we don't tend to rush, and the thing that takes the time is the vocals, because there's a heck of a lot on there. So it'll be back end of the year. Right.
And how did you get this band together? Because I'll tell you one thing, you got some real hot musicians working with you.
Yeah, I mean they're brilliant.
They are.
It's sort of really the. The London scene for what we do is sort of power pop punk. It's a pretty tight-knit community, and it's always through people you know. Well, they're all half my age, of course, because I'm ancient. But I sort of got in with that crowd, and so-and-so knows so-and-so, and so-and-so knows so-and-so.
Right.
And that's how it works, really.
But the band were just full of energy. When I saw them, you all played together. You were all really gel. And they were 100% behind you. But not only that, they are really, really...
I loved playing with them because, one thing I always admired about The Clash was that they had a 3-man attack at the front.
That's right.
And that's what we got, albeit that, one guitarist is a woman. And I just love playing with them because I look round sometimes and think, what are you two up to? And goodness knows what sort of lunacy is going on with. Sometimes Sophie will get on Nick's shoulders and they'll launch into the audience, or they're on their backs playing with their feet in the air. I mean, It's brilliant. I just love being in a band with people who like to show off as much as I do.
Oh, that is brilliant, because it is part of rock and roll. It's part of entertainment. You actually giving the crowd something visual to look at as well, which is great.
Yeah, well, you know, we have fun, and I think it comes across.
But also, I love the diversity as well, because it's you and the guitarist, which are the male members, and you've got the drummer. Drummer and the second guitarist.
Yeah, Karen and Sophie, yeah.
I hope they're listening. I like to say hi to them and sort of like, thanks for a really good night in Ramsgate.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, because I might make it to the 100 Club, but have you got any coming down further towards Brighton and sort of...
Well, we played in Brighton last December.
Right.
And I'm sure we will do again, but offhand, I don't think we've got... anything coming up in the south,
right?
In the foreseeable future, but I know we will be.
Yeah, because on your website, when you played in Brighton, you also did something as a charity thing as well for.
That's what it was. Yeah,
Yes.
It was a fundraiser for a couple called Carl and Debbie North, and Debbie's been in the wars a bit, so we did a fundraiser for them so that they could have they could do something nice.
Right, is that fund still going? Have you got any more details about them?
No, it was just a one-off. It was a one-off gig to raise some money for them.
Okay, but you know, on your website as well, I just couldn't get over that you've actually crammed in as much history as possible, not only about the band, but as much as you can remember going back. Over your career.
On the website,
Yeah.
It's got a brief history.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
Right, okay then. I'm going to play one more track, and then I'll let you go now, because I presume you've got stacks of things to do, and... so
I've got to go to bed.
Yeah, because you're in the studio in the morning, are you?
Yeah, it's way past my bedtime already.
Oh, come on, you're still an original party animal. You know, that night when I saw you, man, you still had it.
Oh, well, I do my best.
Right, I'm going to leave the audience with Come On Josephine, which is another track you sent me some time ago, but give your website a plug again.
Duncan Reid and the BigHeads.com, and there's a page on there called Help Us Make a New Album, so please do.
Right. Okay, Duncan, thank you very much. Even though we had a little bit of trouble getting through.
We got there in the end.
We did, and sort of send my love to the band.
Will do.
And all the best, and I will be in touch in the future.
Great,
and
speak to you soon.
I will be at the 100 Club as well.
Fantastic.
I'll be down for that. Okay, thank you very much.
I'm signing that, trying to make some cash. So don't you cry, baby. Ditch that violin. Friday night about 12 o'clock. I've got you penciled in. Come on, Josephine. Come on, Josephine. Girl, you're out of sight, just not tonight. Josie, no need to wonder why. I've got previous, it ain't devious, but I've just got to fly. Got 1,000 obligations, gotta make those shekels shine. Gotta walk them halls, gotta conference calls, gotta sign them dotted lines. Come on, Josephine. Come on, Josephine. Just not tonight.
We got there in the end. But at least it's live radio, that's what makes it more interesting. Just had a great chat with Duncan Reid, and earlier this year seen him in Ramsgate, and it was the first time in 4 decades that we actually got to meet each other again. I hope you caught the website. All you got to do is Google Duncan Reid, and it will send you straight to his website. And please, if you can and you enjoy his music and you feel that you want to get involved, go to his webpage. And he's got some great things which he's auditioning away, you know, sort of have a piece of rock and roll history from this man. Scousley, sorry about that. That's what I was waiting for, this phone call. You're more than welcome to sort of give us a bell. Right, more music after this.
Countryside Accounting Limited is your friendly local accountancy service. Whether you're a small or large business, we can look after all your accounting needs. Bookkeeping, self-assessment.